I was recently asked by a lovely member of my Strong Women community about getting up from the floor to standing when it's not easy. So it's something new. If you've been in any of my classes, you know at the end of our weights and core class, we often spend some time doing floor to stand, leading with each leg. But what if you're not really able to do that? What could you do to get stronger to do that? So I have a couple recommendations. So in order to get off the floor, one of the biggest muscle groups that we need to really strengthen are the legs. And if getting down on the floor is not really available to you right now, what I'd have you start with is sitting on the edge of a chair, bringing the feet in a little bit so they're not in front of your knees. You're going to bring those feet back a little bit, lean forward from the hips, push into your hands, and come up and come down. So this is a nice, safe, not too high, not too low way to start working on those leg muscles. If you can do that a few times a day, and try to let the knees stay apart. I've got about 2 fists width between my knees as I come up and down, and work on that sit to stand. Once you're feeling pretty good about that and you want to move to the floor, we can move down onto the floor. I've got 2 yoga mats under me, so I have a little cushion under my knees. And coming up into standing without hands initially can be difficult. I recommend having, again, like a wall or a chair close by, bringing one leg forward. You can put one hand on the knee, one hand on the chair, and you're going to work on giving an assist with your arm and your leg and coming up. And you're going to do the same thing going down. You could also put a blanket. I've actually got a bolster here if you need a little bit extra height to work on that, or a little more cushion. That can work too. That's not ideal. Let me turn it sideways so it would look more like a little bit of a lift there. Just be careful not to trip over it. So that can be another way to work on it. Once you get a little more comfortable with that position, so using 2 hands, then you can try to just use the chair or just use your leg and give yourself an assist here. And if you were using the chair and not your thigh, you could push into the chair and do it this way. Okay? Now, over time, these leg muscles are going to get stronger and stronger, and you're going to get to a point where you can stand up, maybe with your hands on your hips, and practice coming up and down. One leg is usually easier to do than the other. For me, it's this left leg is a little bit trickier than the right. And then you just practice it. Practice makes perfect. Although we're not going for perfect, we're going for functioning, getting yourself off the floor, off of the sand at the beach, out of the snow if you like to cross-country ski, or to get down and play with your grandkids or your puppies and your kitties. All right, I hope you found that helpful, and work on that floor to stand as much as you can, a little bit every day, and in the long run, you're going to be happy. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Andrea Trombley, and I will see you in Strong Women.